whoever is out there watching, I am on my way to my mother's house to give her some butter because it's amazing from Sam's Club. It's strawberry butter, and we got some honey butter and garlic butter. It's so good. Anyways, I wanted to come on today and let you guys know about making yourself a luxury item. This is mostly for the ladies out there that they can connect to me today. I posted this, it was like a 30-minute version of this onto Facebook, but I figured that maybe this can be my item challenge today. How in the world, boy? Okay, we're gonna handle that one. So basically, what I was talking about is the fact that we need to make ourselves luxury items. Too many people are out here, making themselves an item. And if you have to be some type of an for people, make yourself the luxury item and not just the dollar store, convenience store, or the just comparable item that most people would like to have. A lot of us, we've set ourselves on these subliminal shelves of pick me, pick me, pick me. I'm good enough. I'm good enough. Look at me. This is what I got. This is what I don't got. This is what you should want. Okay, I have to pull over right now because my son got out of his seat. I don't know how that happened. I'm trying to save face here because I don't know how that happened. But, okay, put him in the seat. Okay. Anyways. Okay, great. Now that I got that handle. Anyway, so we put ourselves on these shelves, and beside us on each side is a different item at a different price. Some of them have discounts. Some of them don't. Some of them are marked up in price for more value. And then you have you, and you're like, oh my gosh, am I in the discounted item? Am I the same value as the one that was marked up to a higher price? Are they going to pick me? Or are they going to think about that. Obviously we go to what's we're not worried about anything except for what we want. So being the items, they just kind of sit there and wait for you to decide. Items don't have souls, so they can't say, oh my gosh, they didn't get me. But we do. We as people, we do. We look down and up and side to side and say, why did that just happen? Well, instead of going about life this way of why not me, are they choosing other people, just think of it as there's incentives for them to pick these incentives don't necessarily mean that those items are more valuable. Maybe they just have quicker access to it. It costs less. It's the same item, just a little bit watered down. And you say, well, why would people want something that's watered down when they can have something that's of value and that's going to care for you, rather than getting Johnson Johnson? Well, hey, that's what they feel they deserve. So instead of picking a convenience store, you one of yourself, and you are going to place yourself on the shelf that doesn't have anything else to compare to you. There's nothing priced the same as you. Actually, you're in your own lane about your value. And the person coming to that luxury store They have researched how to, dispose of you, even sometimes, which is good. Sometimes we got to get rid of luxury items. We want to know how to sell them, in case that they run out. So I know that doesn't sound very good to my story here, but still, they have researched in and out everything about this luxury item. And by the time that they're done window shopping and saving up for this item, they finally get to go obtain what they have saved up for. This is their life savings. They've spent time and energy on it. And guess what? They feel they feel like there's nothing that can take this item away from me because I spent too much time, money, and energy working to get this into my life. And it's going to be forever something that's going to be in my life, and it's going to be passed down to my children, and this and that. So we as people can be luxury items. We can have people research us. We can take out their time and energy towards us. We can help them to spend their resources on us, and before they even obtain us, they feel invested. They feel like you are already a part of their life because they've worked so hard to obtain you. And so this is that we get in like a Walmart, where there's so many choices, so many things that can be, so many discounts available, and and that's just the difference of being in a convenience store. And a luxury one questions whether you're good enough or not good enough. No one questions if the next ring is more shinier than you or if it's duller than you. And they're just not going to do that, because guess what? Right when they walked in the door, they were looking for one thing, and that one thing was you. And you have no reason to compare yourself or even feel like there's an indifference to the ring or the bed set or the anything next to you, because they've done their research already and they came exactly what they came to get, and that item was you. So instead of putting ourselves in these other stores, put yourself in a luxury store and call yourself a luxury item, and keep that energy and act as that way. Okay? Act like a luxury item would act. How do they act? They sit there. They don't get moved around to the back. They don't get pushed over. They don't get brought to the front. They don't get anything. They have one place in the store, and that place is where they sit until the person that deserves them comes walking in, happy as can be, to claim a prize. Okay? So this is a message. Maybe you get it, maybe you don't. If you don't, come back to this video at a later time and say, what in the world is she talking about? Be a luxury item. Now we're items now. Don't have that mindset, sis. Just think about what I'm saying. If you're gonna have the mindset of, I deserve to be this, or I deserve to be that, or I shouldn't be looked at this, or I shouldn't be looked at that, then you need to instead have a mindset of, I'm an item. You're right. I don't deserve those things, or I shouldn't be put here or there. So let me place myself in a consistent place where the winner or the deserving individual is going to find me. And they're not going to have to search very hard for me, because I'm irreplaceable and I can't be compared to anyone else. There's only one like me. And once they find me, I'll be well kept, because they've done so much research beforehand and they've invested themselves in me beforehand, that I have no worries in the world that they are going to do what they say. Okay? Because they have a game plan. Otherwise, you're going to be left in the other store. You're going to be in the convenience store, the dollar store, every store with discounts that go up. Market values are going to be in effect, and you know, instead of being a collectible, you're going to be a, you know, now, now, a convenience. Don't place yourself in a convenience store. You don't need to be a convenience to anyone. Even lotions are convenient. It was conveniently there when I needed it at the store, but now I can buy a different lotion with a different scent. And that's my choice to do so. I didn't have to use the entire bottle of lotion before I buy a new one, right? I don't have to use the entire bottle of perfume before I buy a new one. So, this is what you get in a convenience store. I don't even have to eat the entire bag of bologna before I get a new, purchase some ham, you know. So this is the competition that you have if you place yourself in a convenience store. But if you're a luxury item, you don't. You get quality prospects, okay? And we want you to have quality prospects. That means that you need to put yourself in a quality environment, okay? Well, so I hope you guys learned that lesson. Place yourself in as a luxury item. It's the best lesson I've ever came up with for myself, and it's developed and developed, and now I understand myself. Thank you.